Hello, everybody, and welcome back to We're the Game. I'm Michael, that's Luke, and we are going to talk politely about the recent game here in week 6 between the Cardinals and the Indianapolis Colts, which did not go the way that I think either one of us hoped it would go. I think we went into that game saying this should be Indianapolis's game to lose. It's at home. We weren't 100% sure if Kyler Murray was going to play, and sure enough, he did not. So there were a lot of things kind of stacked against Arizona. But I think that the game at a number of times may have felt like, hey, maybe this is within reach and maybe we can pull this one off. Oh, is that kind of how you felt going through that game, or where were you as you kind of approached the game or suffered through it?
Yeah. Going into it, like coming off of the Titans loss, I came in, initially I'm thinking we're going to get smoked. We're going to lose 70-0 or something like that. And then through the week, as I calmed down a little bit, it got to the point where it was like, I could actually see us sneaking out with a win, but I thought that was contingent on Kyler Murray playing. And then seeing the game go along as it's going, and we had some family stuff going on, so we weren't able to watch it live, but we went back and watched it. And it was just like, wow, we really had a shot in here. The offense, weird for us. The offense played well enough for us to win this game. And for once, the defense just had a day where it was just not their day. And you can attribute that to us having a bad day, or you can attribute that to them being incredibly diverse in the way that they can hit you, where they're very balanced. Whatever all it was, it did not work out in our favor. So, it was a very frustrating game. It's one of those, at some point hope ends up being kind of your worst enemy. That sounds terrible to say it, but like where you get to the point where it's like, oh, if I had looked at halftime and we were at 3-17, I'd be like, that's about what I would expect. But no, they gave me hope. They thought, oh wow, I might win this game like a fool. And then so they snatched it away. What do they say? We snatched defeat out of the jaws of victory or something like that. Yeah, that was
it. It really was, and it's hard. Yeah, as you were saying, it's hard to lose the game that's close. If it's a blowout, you're like, well, we knew that was coming. It was close. It's very disappointing. I think the thing that got me with the defense was the area where they had been so good, which has been the red zone. Was the area where, they really didn't give up an extraordinary amount of yardage. They give up 350-ish yards on the day total, but where they've been so good has been the red zone. And Indianapolis was able to pull off 4 for 4, I think, in the red zone. Hitting, as you were saying, that's where I think we really saw the diversity of how they can get you. Jonathan Taylor definitely had one of his better days on the year. I think there's been days where he's looked middle of the pack in the running back group. And I felt like this was one of his days where he really showed up big for them. I don't think Arizona is terrible against the rush, but I think I felt like that was kind of where they maybe found the struggle. What did you think of Jacoby Brissett and his play filling in for Kyler, and why do you think that was maybe as successful as it was? What were your thoughts about his play and maybe the offense in general?
Yeah, the offense in general, again, operating without your starting quarterback, both your starting running backs. Amari DeMarcado is probably our 3, and he's kind of in the, he's sitting in the corner still a little bit. I know he had one rush, like he got the ball one time, but it almost felt like that was to say, like, I'm not retaliating against him. See, I played him. See, there was that one play. But so you've probably got your 3rd and 4th running backs in, and they played admirably. Michael Carter had a better game than he usually has. Like, he'll have these games every once in a while where he's just really tough to take down. Scrappy little game. And so that's great. And this was kind of that. So good job, Michael Carter. That's wonderful. As for Jacoby Brissett, though, he played well within the offense. Like, he's played in offenses similar to this before. And I think he's the ideal type of quarterback for it. Now, there's a whole can of worms that I just kind of traipsed near just now, and I'm not really ready to get into that entire conversation. But it does seem like it's an ideal kind of offense for a prototypical pocket quarterback, 6'3" plus kind of quarterback who will step back, and then when pressure comes from the sides, you step up into the pocket and throw the ball in those little timing routes and things like that. And he did that a fair bit. He also made a couple of pretty, like, not just average plays like, there's your backup quarter playing okay, like pretty darn good plays. Like I'm falling down because some guy's grabbing my leg and I'm going to throw the ball while falling and get the first down on a 3rd and something. Okay. Like he was really going for it today. I really was impressed. I don't want to take anything away from Jacoby. Now I know on the other side of this, their defense is like the 30th best pass rush win rate in the NFL. And I think I heard they were missing either 4 or 5 of their starting, like their best corners. So if you're going to get a game to like, we might let you throw a lot, this is the game to do it. But he did it and it went really well. Like there was one pick he shouldn't have thrown. I'm sure he'd say the same thing. But I mean, tell me I've never said that about Kyler Murray before. So he put us in a position to win this game. And that's exactly it's everything you can ask from your backup quarterback and more. I think we talked about Cooper Rush this way back when he was with Dallas. It's like, man, he put y'all in a position to win. And he did win several of those games. We just didn't come out on top this time.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. I thought he was rather brilliant in many regards. Although we talk regularly about how challenging it seems to be for teams to prepare for backup quarterbacks. For whatever reason, it's hard. And I think we didn't know, and so I'm assuming that the other teams didn't either, know which quarterback was going to play until midweek or maybe even closer than that. Talking a little bit about the coaching during this game, one of the things that I appreciated about it was their commitment to stick with the running game, even though the running game was not hyper successful. They still got 24 rushes and 88 yards out of it. And I think that helped keep the game more even for Jacoby and everyone else. I also felt like Zay Jones showed up pretty big for, because he hasn't been with you guys the whole time. So I think he was pretty big in that game too. So talking a little bit about maybe coaching or coaching decisions. I know last week against the Titans, there was a big series where it felt like, hey, some of the coaching decisions there seemed like maybe they were a direct contributor to the end result kind of a thing. What did you think today? Did you like hey, that kind of commitment to the run or any particular things that jumped out to you as far as that goes?
I'm sure there were not really. There wasn't any. Let me answer the question different. Did I like it? Yeah, I liked it just fine. I didn't think there was any big problem. But in the past, there have been some games where the big coaching problem just stood out. But that wasn't this game. So there wasn't a big they really should have called a timeout there or anything like that. They seem like they coached it pretty well as far as all that goes. I mean, you could criticize the defense, like I said, and maybe they didn't set up the defense in the correct ways, but it felt more like execution than actual defensive play calling this week in particular. So, and again, I don't want there's that risk of saying, oh, our defense just played terrible, where you're not giving credit to a really good offensive performance from a team that's been playing consistently well on the offensive side of the ball. So I don't want to take that away from them. But at the same time, this is the first game this year that we've given up more than 23 points. And so something was different. And we've played some good offenses. So something was different. But I don't think the coaches did anything that was just ridiculous this week, which is good. We can't afford to have that on top of everything else. So, it was interesting to see them going for it all 4 quarters. Like we saw, we saw in the first couple of weeks, we put up a ton of points in the first half, and then we took our foot off the gas, and then they got close again, where it felt like if they had just kept the same game plan, essentially, we'd have won those games 45-12 or something like that. And it was in that way, it was nice to see the offense get a chance to actually go for 4 quarters. But outside of that, no, there wasn't anything all that remarkable in the coaching department.
Well, and hopefully that's a new trend for the Cardinals we don't take our foot off the gas and let's just go. But I guess we will find out as we head towards week 7. Arizona heading to go play Green Bay, which is another pretty good offense. Hopefully the defense has a chance to right the ship and kind of reclaim their good name, which they've had up until this point. So hopefully they can come right back. We'll find out, and we'll talk more about that game and dig in a little bit more on what we really think should happen in there. Maybe we'll also find out what we know about Kyler as we head towards that. But let's wrap it up there. Thank you, everyone, for joining, and we look forward to seeing you at the next one. We'd appreciate a like or subscribe, and we'll talk to you at the next one. Thanks.